Hello everyone and welcome to another episode where we talk about our difficulty and progression for our isometric RPG. As usual, I'm Victor, pretty experienced level designer, looking forward to chat with all of you about difficulty and progression. Let's see who we got in the house. Nick, howdy there partner. Sorry to steal you away from Indie Club Live's stream. I guess he's still on. Who won the raffle today? That's all I want to know, man. Who won the raffle? Florinel, hello, hello. Okay, so let's get our Photoshop ready. Bam. Nick won the raffle. Alrighty, man. Alrighty. Congrats. What game did you win today? Okay. What? Let's actually edit this a bit. There. Better. GTA 6. Nice. Okay. So come on, folks. Let's transition. And let's pick it up from where we left it yesterday. You know what? I'll also open up Epic Games Launcher, of course. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the perfect difficulty progression for a player in a single player style game. One thing we did talk was the macro feel and how it should feel like. Hey, Slip, welcome. Ready to pick up our conversations about difficulty? Because I am. Okay, so we did talk about it on a macro level for a game, and we did spinning around. Okay, I don't know that game. And we did talk about a single mechanic difficulty with my awesome Photoshop spreadsheets. But you know what? Let's actually add another mechanic here, and let's call it trap, for instance. Let's call it trap. I'm thinking here of standard trap placed on the floor. When you step on it, you receive damage. Nothing fancy. Absolutely nothing fancy about it. So let's see. What would be the feedback? Well, the feedback would be you see the trap, you know you get hurt by it. Difficulty. Hello, Indy. Okay. So what's the game about, folks? This sinning around game. Remember, it's a family-friendly stream, please. Okay. And how would we control difficulty? How would we control difficulty with on a trap? Well, one or spinning around. Okay, one or a few laying around would be easy. Medium, I'll save it for later, and hard would be a lot of them covering the floor. So what I'm doing here, I'm defining some, put them in the, oh yes, 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 a lot of them, yes, 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 Nick, that's a great idea. Hardly visible. Difficulty, says Slipcore. Let's not stress syllables today, folks. Okay, one or a few laying around. Some of them, some hidden. Difficulty. Difficulty. Okay, so let's first look at the trap example again from individual standpoint. So we'll actually make a small map, we'll create a trap real fast that deals damage to the player. We'll make a small map in which we do the same thing as we did for the magic orb usage. We just progress real quick from easy to medium to hard. And then towards the end of the episode, we actually look at how we can mix both ingredients in order to obtain challenges for the player with the two game mechanics, the magic orb shooting and the traps combined. Because that's what usually happens in most of the games. We rarely, and usually for short periods of time, play with a single mechanic at a time. It's actually pretty uncommon. Even for a shooter, first-person shooter, you'd usually have moving around and doing something else, like shooting. Okay, so let's create a new level here. I'm not gonna be super focused on getting the look and feel right. I'll just stay on white boxing, maybe a few materials here and there if we need to see the player through the walls that show up, but that's about it for demonstrating and testing difficulty. Okay, let's move the player here. And what else should we do? Maybe we should already start creating a trap. Yeah, why not? So content, blueprints, you know what, don't restore nothing. And let's create a new blueprint of type actor. We'll call it PP floor trap. I won't focus on the visuals today. I won't focus on sounds or affixes for it. I will just focus on getting the functionality in there. So this is going to need a static mesh component so we can see it. I don't know, the visual mesh, we'll call it. It will be replaced at some point, maybe it will have an animation, but for now our standard 1 meter cube, maybe scaled a bit here and there, will look just good. Just good. There we go. Okay, you know what? I will disable the collision on the cube itself. No collision. And I will give it, let's see, a pretty bland color. Yeah, it's the default floor from Unreal Engine. Yeah, okay. So let's give it, I don't know, a pretty standard material for now, but we'll get into the discussion about what material and what color the trap has a bit later. Slip, if your floor looks different, I'm wondering what engine version you're using. Okay, materials, diffuse variations, metal. Metal works great. Material, I chose metal because we usually tend to think of traps as being made out of metal. Let's put the rock material on the floor there. Oh, Indy, you're hosting me, man. Okay, but I'm a bit confused though. Thank you for the host anyway, but you were in the stream already. Okay, never mind. How do I add the floor? Okay, you click this tiny little arrow here and you click show floor. Easy as pie. Right next to the perspective in the blueprints viewport, in the blueprint actors viewport window. Yeah. So you can see how they line up when placed on the floor. And actually, if we're talking about a legitimate trap, we should make it not stick out that much from the floor. Okay, let's also add a box collision. Why not? We'll just attach this to the default root. We'll call it, I don't know, wrap collision. And this will be the one actually used to detect the player going in it. So, whoop. Let's make it maybe as big or even a tad bit bigger than, let's make it exactly as big as the trap. Okay, the first thing I do as usual is check the scale. So I just drop it in the map and try to walk around it. Okay, so it kind of looks like it's the proper size. Let me set the collision to block all mouse, and let's also create a navigation nav mesh bounds volume. You're welcome, Slipcore. Glad you learned something new today as well. I'm actually happy when people get something out of the stream. It makes me feel like a useful member of society. Okay, so yeah, we have navigation now, and there we go. It seems pretty much the standard size compared to the character. Let's call it, I don't know, a bear trap, deer trap, something a troll might place in order to hunt other animals. So it's okay. Maybe we'll end up scaling it a bit, but for now it's great. Let's quickly implement some functionality in it as well. Luckily, my character can jump because he would get hit by it even if he doesn't step on it. Yes, Nick, that would be correct. If I would like it to make it like jump, if I would like to allow the character to jump over it, I would just either, one, decrease the size of the trigger, or two, detect in the blueprint, where we'll go now anyway, detect if the player is in jumping state or in walking state when deciding to transmit damage or not. So the principle is simple. We have a trap, an environmental trap, which will deal damage to the player if the player steps on it. So what needs to happen here? On the trap collision, we'll have to do an overlap event. And if the overlap is the top-down character, then we will just transmit. I'd rather do the damage processing inside the character. So I'll save here for now. I will open the top-down character. Sorry for keeping it a bit fast forward and advanced on this part. If we have viewers who aren't already used to the blueprints of this project. The season is nearing its end, and I would really like us to focus more on the level design and balancing part than on the blueprint part. So let's create here a custom event. Oh, this song is actually dope. Add a custom event, let's call it trap deals damage, and I compile for now and save, and in the floor trap I just call a trap deals damage event. Trap. How a logic program can make me feel like I can't think normal. Bingo, Nick, bingo. But make sure you're actually going in that state when jumping. For instance, there's a trap with the walking state. You're in walking state even when you stand still, because the state is walking, but your walking speed is 0. So make sure the jumping is actually activated when you and me think the jumping is actually activated. It might be a trap. And go back to what Florian said, how can a logic program make him feel like he can't think normal? Oh yeah, that happens, because we're used to making our own logic, and then we switch to this, which forces us to use their language and logic. Indie Club Live, no, this is not an action RPG with jumping. Nick was talking about the hardest game ever. Okay, so trolls deal damage, and here on the trap deals damage, I don't know, let's plug this in somewhere where we do the damage from the trolls, I guess. Shoot enemies, region cooldown, footstep sounds, ranged, melee damage. Perfect, this one. This is the one I want. Okay. I should also pass an incoming damage, maybe. But for now, I'll hack it even uglier. So I'll just set the HP, set HP to be HP minus something fixed and hard-coded here. HP minus 10, and I will update the HP bar afterwards. Yeah, not working title, yes, definitely. It's a working title. Project hardest game. Okay, so let's see if this works. So I go there, bam, I got some damage. As you can see, I depleted the player's health bar a bit. 10 points, it keeps on going and going. Maybe, just maybe, I want it to deal damage only once. So we'll make it like a trap that snaps once and then it doesn't activate anymore. Nick slowing him down might or might not be something we need to do. We can plug into the freezing part of the blueprint already, but I won't. I'd rather like to focus on the trap dealing damage and how we work with it from the level design perspective, but it could easily be done. So let's browse to asset real quick, and if trap dealt damage once, after we decrease the character's HP, let's call here a custom event called Destroy Trap. Destroy Trap. There we go. Trap deals damage. Let's add the pin here an input so we know which actor trap ID. Let's make it object. Sorry, actor. Silly me. Actor. Compile and save. Come on, save. So we'll pass our trap ID as a self. Get a reference to self. So now we know which trap dealt damage to the player, and we'll just have to destroy the trap. Destroy actor self, just like that. And here we'll just have from the trap ID call destroy trap. I might need to cast it, or I might need to spell it right. Okay, destroy trap. Hey, what's going on here? Destroy trap is the custom event. Okay, yeah, I might need to cast it to trap or trap class. I'm not entirely sure, but as Lord Trap, destroy ¿Qué pasa? Why can't I call this event? Destroy trap, compile and save. Let's try it again. Destroy. This is actually quite interesting. Hop. There we go. I might need to pass it in a local variable. Destroy. Okay, let's pass it in a local variable. It will work from here. So as a variable, trap ID. This is of type trap. Yeah, Nick, maybe, but I've solved it by putting it in a variable. So I'll just set it here. The trap ID actor. Oh, okay. I was getting the wrong reference. This should be trap type, not actor type. Again, I'm bulletproof. The blueprints force me to bulletproof, so we know what kind of actors we're talking about, and now the destroy trap should work. Okay, let's set it here. There we go. We set the trap ID, and from here it should definitely work. Destroy trap. This is actually quite weird. Oh, okay. Messed up the variable here a bit. I have to recompile. This doesn't exist anymore. Compile, save. Destroy actor, target self, destroy trap. Come on. Did I spell it wrong or something? Detroit, that's why, folks. Because I missed an S here. Destroy trap with an S, not Detroit trap. Detroit. That's why. Spelling apparently is important. So it's destroy trap. There we go. Which trap? The one I pass along. I don't need this as a variable anymore. And afterwards we update the HP bar. Yeah, this works. Detroit Destroy, become human. Destroy. Based on my crooked logic, it would be destroyed. Destroy, become human. Yeah. Okay. Because the traps are destroyed. Let's see if it works. So now I should pass over it once and it disappears. Just like a trap that closes. Maybe I could deactivate collision. You know what? Let's actually, yeah. So let's make something a bit more fancier here. Instead of destroying the actor, let's actually just disable the collision. Collision. Set collision enabled, and I'll just disable the collision. And maybe we'll also set the position of the visual mesh or scale. On the visual mesh, we'll scale. Set world scale 3D on the visual mesh, and the new scale will be 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. So this should look something like the trap closed. Let's see how it looks like. Again, we're quickly drafting it. Bam, okay. And now it can't hurt me anymore, and it looks like it's closed. We can make a Blender model, we can even make an animation, we can play the animation in it, but for that I'd probably need Tony's help. I'm still quite fresh with Blender, more of a Max guy here, but it works. Okay, and now let's actually try real quick in this tiny block, easy, medium and hard difficulty levels for the ingredient we just created, for the mechanic we created. So if we go back to what we stated to be as easy, medium or hard difficulties, we're looking at easy, one or a few of them laying around. So let's say this would be a good example of easy, right? A few of them laying around, but not too much trouble. I can easily avoid them. Let's maybe make a cube. Let's make a cube. Let's quickly scale here and there. Whoop. And let's make another room. Okay. And let's see what the second difficulty is. Some of them, some hidden. So we have some traps now and some are hidden. Some, in my world at least, means more than a few. Oops. Come on. There we go. There we go, nice and pretty. So now I have some of them. That's what some of them means for me. I'll also make the space a bit more restrictive, so you can't stray and move as much as you'd like. This is, again, level design 101. This is what the course will be all about. This is where we'll spend our time as level designers, except from guiding the player and ensuring we're rewarding him properly. Balancing and setting difficulty and progression right is what we do as level designers. Okay, so we go from here where it's pretty easy to navigate, to here, where already I have to move around a bit more careful, otherwise I spring the traps. Blam. But now let's actually add a bit of reward here and there to make the player want to navigate through the traps. So let's say we're adding 2 health potions here and there. So now, when I enter the second room, I'm like, whoa, okay. And if I want to reach the health potions, I have to be careful where I'm walking in order to escape without hitting the traps. Okay, but I did say some of them should be hidden, right? So, you know what? I will scale you like this, and duplicate it here. Scale it a bit so it's the exact size of the room. And let's think about how we can easily hide these traps. So for instance, I could make this look like a grassy environment, and I could paint with grass. Static meshes, vegetation, grass. Whoop. I'll try the default settings, see what I get. Maybe a bit too hardcore, maybe a bit too hidden. So let's set the density to 50. There we go. There we go. Not on the walls, please. Okay, so now I'm doing exactly what I said. Some of them are harder to see. Let's hit play again and see how this looks like. Okay, okay. So this one's pretty hard to spot, and if you're really greedy and really in a hurry maybe to get that health potion, you go like blam and you get hit by it. This one a bit easier to see, you might strategize. Perfect in my opinion. Perfect. Okay, and now let's make another room, still with grass, but here we'll actually increase the density of traps even more. And you know what? I'll do this and then this. And instead of putting the grass on the sides, I'll put rocks on the sides. Hey Roberto, welcome dear friend. Let's talk a bit about difficulty when mixing 2 game mechanics together. Right now, you're just in time, I'm finishing up a trap for the player. I'll showcase in a second its easy, medium and hard difficulty levels. It's like a bear trap or something. And then we'll start talking about mixing difficulties together. Thank you very much, Marcel. Yeah, we didn't see each other yesterday. Thank you, Marcel. Okay, so again, it's a sloppy example, but we're more focused today on the level design aspect, not the environment art aspect. You know what? Let's make some grass here, some grass here. There we go. I would actually like more here, more density. Hop, hop, hop. So check this out, Roberto. We have the bear trap with its 3 difficulty levels. Easy, which means a few bear traps laying around in a pretty open space, easy to see. So I really have to want it real bad to step inside the bear trap in order to receive damage. Hello Sorab, welcome my friend. You're just in time for the showcase of difficulties with the bear traps. Here, where some of them are hidden, somewhat hidden, and some of them are in plain sight, but they're already starting to be more and more dense. So now if I would be in a rush, I'd step on them in order to get the health potion. And hello Gersba, aka Arthur. And here we have a, whoops, almost unfair high density of traps. Owie. Okay, so let's actually move the rock a bit. So we still have to be fair, people. We have to give the player the chance to actually navigate through the traps. So let's say we'll do this, and maybe we'll do this. Trying to keep it fair, you know, just trying to keep it fair. Will they damage the trolls too? That's actually a very good question, Roberto. I'm the kind of person that at any time would prefer them to deal damage to the trolls, and that's what I'll apply here. Why? Because exactly as you said, the player can start playing with the environmental traps, so he'd have an alternate method of dealing damage to the trolls. However, some might argue that since the trolls placed the traps, they should be aware of them and they should avoid them. But I would prefer for the traps to deal damage to the trolls, and that's what we'll do. It really depends. Again, that's the flavor, the artistic expression when building a game. It really depends on what you as a game creator want to do. If it fits in the logical context of the world, there are multiple reasons. Yeah, but trolls are a bit stupid. Yeah, and when they get angry and they start charging, it would be cool to see them damaged by their own doings. We have a saying in Romanian. I'll translate it in English just to keep it funny for today. He who digs another man's hole will most likely fall in it. Will fall in it. So let's call this one tests example difficulty 2. Okay. So this is another example of difficulty, but again, just for a single mechanic. Ah, there we go, Slipcore. There we go. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to pronounce it in German though. Okay, so now I can avoid, oops, I sprung one. Okay, oops, I sprung one. I sprung one again because it was hidden. What I'm trying to... Oh, I have a missing collision here. Or maybe I just need to recompile the nav mesh. Wer anderen eine Grube grabt, fällt selbst hinein. Okay, I'll try it again. Wer anderen eine Grube grabt, fällt selbst hinein. Almost, yeah. That's what I was thinking, almost. Let me just show the collisions. Where do I see the collisions? People would understand me, yeah. Game view, immersive mode. perspective lit. Aha, okay. But this is the high detail. There it is, Alt C. Okay. Huh, these bad boys don't have collision. Browse to asset. Gersba probably knows the funny version of that. Okay, as in something he experienced, as in something you experienced, Gersba, or something Gersba, or something like a different variant of the proverb. Collision. Auto-generate collision. Show me what you got. Re-import. Oh, the most beautiful collision ever. Mocking this idiom. Okay, okay. Quite a lot of people today. Thank you so much for watching this, folks. If you're interested in game development, game design, level design, technical design, mostly blueprinting, maybe punch that follow or subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Because we're gonna be getting at this whole video game thing for a long time. Okay, so now I have collision here, I have collision there. Perfect. I still try to keep it fair. So I'll move them a bit. I'm looking at where the bear traps sit in regard to the player's navigation, and just so we're not completely silly at the start, I'll actually do a pattern here. A cooking show. Yeah. With sarmale. Florinel would love it. Roberto finally figured out how to do materials. Nice, okay, link us, Roberto, if you say you published your material. Show us. Is it published like on a blog or published in the marketplace? So this is actually quite hard. This is actually, oops, I sprung one, quite hard. Okay, we got something going on. Sure, let us see. There's no judging at this table. Let us see. Okay, so now it is, idiom. Thank you so much for the donation, my friend. Thank you. As you can see above, it all goes to liquid cooling. We install liquid cooling and we start doing more complex light map demonstrations and scenarios with higher texture. So thank you so much for the donation, my friend. Thanks. It's on your Instagram. Okay, let's see how your Instagram looks like. Yeah. These two, you mean, right? Read the text. Read the text. Idiom. Ministrie 12 is asking me if I'm Romanian. Yes, I am. Born and raised in Romania, Bucharest, now living in Zagreb, Croatia. Let's see these materials though. I've been doing some more work on materials. It's in Substance. Multiple examples on each one. Yeah, because you can change their colors. Okay. Got it. So this is like a ceramic tile, and this looks more still like a ceramic tile, but a bit more polished. Mulțumesc. There are a lot of sarmale eaters in the stream, Ministrie. Glad to also have you here. We actually shared sarmale recipes 2 or 3 days ago. And Florinel actually cooked them. Okay, so now we have two mechanics, right? And Idiom said read the text. Okay, I don't see the text here, but I'll read it. I'll read it, Idiom. Cabbage rolls, okay. Cabbage rolls filled with minced meat. Pork and beef. Okay, so magic orb and trap, right? Easy is hitting a large static target with the magic orb. Easy for the traps, having one or few laying around. Ah, okay, got it. You're starting to develop sideways. That's good, Roberto. Okay, magic orb medium, a moving target with a small size, and traps. Some of them. Let's change the phrasing here. I don't like the phrasing here. Aha. Yeah, that's always handy. Is there any reason why you build the materials in Substance and not in Unreal? Just asking, I don't know much about Substance. More of them, and some of them are hidden. And on hard difficulty, the magic orb, with the magic orb you'd have to hit multiple moving targets, which are also of small size, and the traps become a lot and they're hardly visible, like camouflaged in the grass, just the way we did. So, just to recap for everyone in the stream, we have this example showing the traps and the other example showing the shooting. This one. It's like blueprints for artists. Okay, then maybe I'll dig it. Okay. So this is the example with the shooting. Easy difficulty, shoot a static large target. I shoot the door and it opens. Medium difficulty, I have a moving smaller target which I have to aim properly at and shoot. As a reward I get some health potions, but I'm already full. Textures. Aha, okay. So yeah, it's the old school mentality. So they can be used, yeah, in Unreal or Substance Painter. Okay, so you're not binding yourself to Substance only. That's also good. Oops, there we go. This is still medium difficulty, but if I go here, ta-da! I have two of them, so now I'm on, oops, hard difficulty. And I should actually use those health potions. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Okay, I'm all boosted up. Come on, bad boys. Where are you? Ow. Stop hurting me. Yes, I do have a ranged roll, and I'll also add those in the mix. Excellent question, Indy. Are you a level designer? Yeah, okay, and now I can open the door. And you know what? I would actually duplicate this map and try to upgrade it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. A static ranged roll after the door. Yep, that works. Then a moving melee. So you mean this one should be yes, but we didn't. That's exactly what we should do now. But yesterday we were talking just about the shooting, and now we're mixing it up together. And thanks for reminding me. Let's actually add in here Where are we? Yeah, you know what, Indy? Let's add in here everything that needs to be added in here. I just noticed my internet is fluctuating a bit. Brace yourselves, internet issues. Okay, static ranged after the first door. But let's actually put this in as well. So, because it's easier to dodge a static range. Yes, yes it is. So let's put in here dodging, because that's what we're actually doing, dodging. And let's actually measure the dodging by the fact that on easy static attacker, yes, 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 that's exactly what we'll do, Indy. Static attacker, let's duplicate here actually. My internet is acting up. Sorry folks, if we've got lag, I'm super sorry. New internet, and apparently it's not as good as I expected it to be. But now it looks like it's back, or not. Static attacker, here we'll call them yes, 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 Indy, it's perfect. I think you care, and that's what we're doing here. A few static attackers, or or static plus melee attackers. And the last level of difficulty would be multiple melee. So melee plus a few statics. Plus few statics. Now the finesse of level design also would make us say the room size also matters. So it's not just about the number and position and movement of the mechanics, it's also the room size, and that's again very, very closely knit to the level design work you usually do as a level designer. Nice. So the camera angle, yeah, if you have there's a ton of difference between isometric RPG style cameras and first-person cameras, and even in a third-person camera or an isometric RPG game, if you have dynamic cameras like zooming and moving and whatever, it's pretty hardcore. Indie Club Life brings a good point here, because a static ranged troll might be more dangerous if he attacks from off screen. Fortunately, I tried to reduce a bit the amount of variables course students would have with this course by making the ranged trolls attack when they're on screen, at least for now, because you already have a few variables you'd have to play with here. I wouldn't want to add, exactly as Indie Club Life says, like the pro level of variables. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Dodging, we said. You have to move in order to evade damage from trolls. Melee or magic ranged. Now the funny thing is that melee troll might actually be easier to hit, because at least he's really close to you and you have a lesser chance of missing your aim. Okay, so let's see exactly how this looks like. And if the internet will keep on acting up, just let me know if we're getting chokes. I will probably need to switch it to the broadband internet, but let me know if we get chokes or whatnot. Okay, so as Indy said, let's actually have a bit of fun with the ranged one. Let's move him a bit to the back. Let's turn him into Ice one, which is again another variation. No, we'll start with lava. Okay, so if it's really bad, I'll pause the stream and reconnect with the other one. Your call, folks. Just let me know if it's really that bad. I can't tell right now, and it seems it's stabilized for now. So let's give it 10 more minutes and see how it goes. And just when I said it's stabilized, it went berserk again. Stutters both video and audio. Yikes. Okay, okay. Both video and audio. Okay, okay. Let me quickly check something here. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, okay. So I'll just quickly pause the stream, switch to the other internet and be right back because we're getting stutters. Yeah, sorry, it's stuttery. Be right back, folks. Be right back. I'll be right. Oh, now again, it seems the moment I threaten him. Yeah. Bye, Indy. Bye. Okay, so for whoever wants to rejoin the stream, now every time I say I'll stop the stream, it comes back, and then it drops again. Okay, I'll stop the stream. Be right back, folks. Be right back.